What's going on, everybody? Happy whatever day that you are watching this on. So today I want to talk about calories and macros and metabolisms and just your overall kind of approach to nutrition. You hear a lot of mumbo jumbo out there, and you especially hear it from people in the fitness and nutrition space. And so I'm creating this video to hopefully bring you some peace of mind and maybe just some overall education and awareness for yourself. And so I hope this video helps. And we're gonna start off with your metabolism and kind of how to figure out how many calories you should be eating each and every day. And the reason why I want to talk about that first is because calories are the most important thing for you to follow or track for whatever goals you have or whatever health situation you have. Calories and monitoring your calories is the surefire way to get you there. And so if you could have a nutritional pyramid of what's like the most important thing to do versus the least important thing to do. So the bottom of the pyramid would be the most important. And first and foremost is gonna be adherence is at the bottom. So something you can adhere to, something that you actually enjoy, something that you like, something that is doable for you, your family, and your life. If you can't adhere to something, nothing else above this matters, okay? And this is why working with a great nutrition coach is very helpful. Our whole job is to be able to create something for you that works for you. It includes some of your favorite foods. It shouldn't include foods you don't like. And whatever process or systems or the way we lay out your meals or whatever we include in those meals should be very doable for you. And so adherence is gonna be the most important thing. Right above adherence is going to be your calories, okay? Picking your calories is the starting point for almost any nutrition goal, okay? So I have an example pulled up here, which probably resonates with most of my followers. And this example is a 40-year-old female who is about 5'5" and 180 pounds, okay? Her basal metabolic rate is about 1,500 calories, okay? If she stepped on an in-body scale, if she went to go get indirect calorimetry done, if you plug it into a different calculator, if you have a different formula, I guarantee you're gonna be somewhere between 1,400 calories and 1,600 calories. So let's just put it right in the middle at 1,500 calories based off of this formula that I'm using. And you can Google this, just BMR calculator, type in the information it asks for, and it's gonna give you a pretty good estimate, all right? So that BMR, people don't understand what your BMR is. Your basal metabolic rate is the baseline, the minimum amount of calories that your body needs to function every single day. This is you laying in bed, awake, not sleeping, because when you sleep, things can shift in your metabolism. So awake, not sleeping, but not moving, not thinking, not doing anything, just kind of laying there, right? So she would need to eat about 1,500 calories a day to maintain that process of just laying in bed. Anything above that, when she gets out of bed, when she does chores, when she eats food, when she exercises, when she stresses, when she does her hair, her makeup, when she walks, when she goes to work, whatever the case may be, that is actually going to burn more calories than 1,500, okay? So knowing that 1,500 calorie range and knowing that she can burn more calories than that, this is how we pick how many calories she should be consuming. And this is why working with a coach is great, because we can help you figure this stuff out. Hey, how active are you? What's your life like? What's your stress like? Are you on any medications? Do you have an active job or do you not have an active job? What's going on there? And that's gonna help us pick a healthier calorie range for you. But in this example, it says, hey, if she's sedentary with little to no exercise, she's burning about 1,800 calories. If she's exercising 1 to 3 times per week, it's about 2,000. If she's exercising 4 to 5 times per week, it's about 2,100, okay? If she's working out intensely for 6 to 7 times per week, pretty much every day, it's about 2,500 calories a day, okay? So hear that in the beginning I said sedentary to little to no exercise, okay? That's gonna be like your off days. So if you're eating 1,800 calories on your off days when you don't train, you're at maintenance, meaning you're not going to gain weight, but you're also not going to lose weight. You're not going to build muscle. You're also not going to lose muscle. You're not going to build fat. You're also not going to lose fat. Okay. Now, when you do work out 1 to 3 times per week, burning about 2,000 calories, 4 to 5 times a week, 2,200 calories. Okay. So we can eat more on the days that we exercise. And that is very important to consider if we have a weight loss goal or a weight gain goal while we are picking your calories. Okay. So for this female, let's say she had a goal of losing weight. She's 180 pounds, and let's say she wants to be 150 pounds. Her metabolism would actually decrease as she lost weight. So if I decrease her from 180 down to 150, Her metabolism, remember, goes from 1500, which was her baseline, down to 1350. The reason why when you lose weight, your metabolism slows down is because you're carrying around less weight every single day. So since you're carrying around less weight every single day, your body doesn't have to work as hard to carry around that same weight. So your metabolism slows down. The way we combat this is by helping you build muscle. If we build muscle, if we keep you active, working out more and more every single day, getting in your 10,000 steps, eating a complex diet high in protein, high in fiber, we can keep your calorie expenditure, the calories you burn every day, we can keep that high, okay? So we don't have to worry about your metabolism slowing down because you lost weight, because we made it up through lifestyle changes, okay? Which is why lifestyle is so important, alrighty? So headed back to 180, here's how I would pick this female's calories. I would say, hey, on the days you don't work out, I'm gonna give you 1,700 calories. And then on the days you do work out, I'm gonna give you about 2,000. So we have two different calorie values, we have two different calorie ranges, and I want my clients to stick with that as close as possible, okay? Now, if that's too hard, you could just essentially say, hey, I'm gonna try to work out for 3 days a week, but I don't know what those 3 days are. So I'm just gonna do 3 days of the higher calorie day and 3 days of my lower calorie day, regardless of what that day brings, okay? You don't necessarily have to eat the higher calories on the days you work out. You don't have to eat the lower calories on the days you don't work out. It's totally okay to alternate those two things based off of just convenience and ease. If it's too hard for you to track, am I gonna work out today? Uh-oh, what happens if I miss my workout today? How do I change my nutrition? What do I need to cut? What do I need to add? If that's too frustrating, just say, hey, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm gonna do my low calorie day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm gonna do my high calorie day. And Saturday or Sunday, I'm gonna do my free day, okay? And so keep that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, low calorie day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, high calorie day. Sunday would be our free day, okay? So once we have those calories figured out, we now need to talk about macros. It drives me crazy when I hear coaches say, calories don't work, only macros work, or counting macros are pointless, only calories work. They're the same thing. They're one and the same, okay? Everything is a conversion. There's 4 calories per gram of protein, there's 4 calories per gram of carbs, and there's 9 calories per gram of fat. So if you count calories, you're also going to be counting macros. And if you count macros, you're also going to be counting calories. It goes both directions, okay? Now we can manipulate where those calories come from, meaning I could give you more of one macro, less of another macro, so on and so forth, but it still equals total calories at the end of the day. And if you only track calories, you're also tracking your macros at the end of the day, because you're gonna have a protein, carb, and a fat value. Now remember that alcohol has 7 calories per gram. So even if you're drinking straight vodka, straight tequila, straight whiskey, whatever the case may be, that alcohol itself has 7 calories per gram. It's very calorically dense. Not as dense as fat, but very calorically dense, okay? Also remember that sugars, fiber, sugar alcohols, all of these things go into the carb category. They are all considered a carb. And there's a little bit of discrepancy there. So like sugar alcohols don't quite have 4 calories per gram. Some of our fibers don't quite have 4 calories per gram. So they're a little bit less calorically dense, but that is irrelevant at this point in time, okay? So now, if you have a weight loss goal, again, 180 pound female, she wants to be 150. What I would do is I would try to get her to about 1 gram of protein per pound of her goal weight. So her goal weight is 150. I would give her 150 grams of protein. If I could get that higher, if I could say, hey, could you do 170 grams of protein, 180 grams of protein to 1 gram per pound for her current body weight, I would also do that. Now, if we have a strict macro balance, so let's say you're working with a nutrition coach, they say, hey, I want you to have this much protein, this much carbs, this much fats, or this percentage, that percentage, that percentage, then we can get by with a little bit less protein because the rest of your nutrition plan is so structured, okay? Everything is we're accounting for every single macro, we're accounting for every single calorie. But if you just wanna do 2 things for me to get you going in the right direction, it's hit your daily calories and hit your protein goal. If you can do 1 gram of protein per pound right now, that's awesome. If you need to do 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal weight, that's another great start, okay? I always tell people more protein is always better. Protein is one of the safest macronutrients that we can consume, okay? You're never going to have any real adverse effects from eating too much protein unless it's some GI distress or if it's gonna be like gas and stuff like that. So just be aware of those two things. Keep hydration at an all-time high and you're gonna be okay, alrighty? And that's pretty much about it. So we got a calorie goal and we got a protein goal. Now, if you can do those two things really, really well, especially for my weight loss client here, then the next thing I would throw in, once you get comfortable with that, because remember, adherence is the base of this pyramid. If we throw something in there that messes up your adherence, it's no good, okay? But if we can do one more thing, I would love for you to track your fiber goal. Everyone needs about 30 grams of fiber. The more accurate number is 25 grams for females, 35 grams for males, but more is better, just like protein. So shoot for 30 a day, regardless of who you are. If you can go to 35, 40, or 50, go for it. Again, watch out for GI distress, GI discomfort, gas, bloating, stuff like that. But if you can handle it, keep going, eat more fiber. That's gonna come from like your fruits, your vegetables, and your whole grains, alrighty? So having a diet high in protein, high in fruits and vegetables, high in whole grains, and hitting your calories every single day is going to yield you the most results, okay? The other two macros, the rest of your carbs and your fats, don't really matter. Depending on your exercise, pick a bigger portion of one or the other that sits well with you. Some endurance athletes love going higher fats. Some endurance athletes love going higher carb. Some people feel better on higher fat. Some people feel better on higher carb. But remember, we're gonna keep our protein constant, we're gonna keep our fiber constant, and we're gonna keep our calories constant until we get to our goal, okay? Now remember, as she loses weight, her metabolism, the daily amount of calories she's burning just by being alive, is going to slow down. But hopefully we combat that with a more complex diet and more activity. So as she's losing weight, she should feel better. She should not feel worse. She should be able to move more, get more steps, prioritize better sleep, better nutrition, better hydration, and then whatever her workouts are. So if she's doing mostly cardio, that's great. If she's doing some strength training, that's great. Doesn't really matter there. We're just combating the weight loss with the metabolism drop with increased exercise activity, okay? So that is pretty much all you need to focus on to have a very successful weight transformation, okay? Remember, you can Google your BMR. You can figure out the total amount of calories that you need to eat every single day. Then you need to pick your protein goal, 1 gram per pound or 1 gram per pound of your goal weight, which is a little bit less or maybe a little bit more if you have a weight gain, and try to hit your fiber. If you can do those 3 things, and that's 4, if you can do those 3 things, plus adhere to it, that'll be 4, forever, your results will never slow down, okay? So let's wrap this up with talking about metabolic adaptation, or what some people like to throw out there as starvation mode, okay? We know that your metabolism slows down as you lose weight, but not by much. We know your metabolism slows down as you age, but not by much. We know your metabolism slows down by dieting, but not by much. What actually slows down is you. You slow down. So you're moving less, not getting enough steps in, you're tired, you're just kind of lethargic because you've been dieting for so long, and so you're kind of like miserable. Your activity level is slowing down, not your metabolism, and not in starvation mode, okay? Your body is just saying, hey, you've been dieting for so long that we're gonna slow down everything going on in your world, and we're gonna kind of cut some corners. We're gonna have you grab a little handful of snacks and eat that. We're gonna have you not really measure that appropriately. We're gonna start cutting corners with our nutrition plan and with our health plan, and that is going to add to you eating more calories and you burning less calories because you're not moving as much, and that is what's causing you to plateau and not see progress or even gain weight when we have a weight loss goal. So the way to combat that is by the example that I just provided. Give yourself a high and a low day based off of your workouts and based off of no workouts. Track your calories every single day, even if it's a bad day, an off day, you go to fast food, you drink some alcohol, track it and get eyes on how many calories you're consuming each and every day, and make sure you're staying in tune with your fitness and your activity. If you can stay in tune with your fitness and activity, I guarantee you everything else will be so easy. When we start to miss our workouts, miss our step count, miss our hydration, miss sleep, a lot of things can go haywire, okay? So try to stay in the best routine as possible. And if you notice yourself slowing down, if you notice yourself getting a little tired, a little lethargic, cutting corners and stuff like that, take a break. Bring yourself back up to maintenance calories, which for this instance, if she's burning 2,000, 2,100 calories a day when she exercises, that's about maintenance, okay? And so bring yourself back up there and stay there consistently, but you still need to track. If you take a break and you just go rogue and you go eat all the things, drink all the drinks, you're going to gain that weight back, okay? You have to have eyes on pretty much your entire journey, and it gets easier as you go. So it's gonna get easier for you to pretty much eyeball portions, know exactly how many calories you need, know exactly how many grams of protein you need. It's gonna get easier, I promise. Give me 4 to 6 weeks of accurately tracking calories, accurately tracking your protein goal, accurately tracking hydration and fiber, and I promise you after 4 to 6 weeks, you will be a pro if you do it every single day, okay? So track your calories, track your protein, track your fiber, track your hydration. You're not going to go into starvation mode if you follow this high, low, high, low, high, low. If you feel like you're getting a little bit tired, bounce back up to your high day, follow that high day more consistently throughout, and then drop back down to your low day to put you back in a deficit and to continue on your weight loss journey, okay? So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, definitely let me know.